You know, as fun as it is to roleplay as a gladiator in ancient Rome and absolutely stomping on all the samurai and Viking characters, sometimes it's nice to share a little bit of Warhammer lore to the uncultured. You made it. Welcome back to another Darktide video. So I've been playing this game since the beta up until now, and I've noticed something quite peculiar. 90% of what we do here in Darktide is dodge. Have you noticed that yourself? And there's loads of new players coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and do you all a solid. I'm gonna teach you the 5 Ds of Darktide. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and don't forget to praise the Holy Emperor. Otherwise, you'll be as unlucky as this little Ogie right here. Get up, I need you, Ogie. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, my fingers are starting to get sore if I play too damn long, and I'm a pianist. You probably heard some of my piano covers in the background of these videos, but gosh darn it, my fingers feel bruised after 40-minute games sometimes, especially since I'm so addicted to this game right now. Am I alone in this? After long sessions of orc maelstroming, I finally realized something. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
I crave the strength and certainty of steel.
Not only would this numb me from the pain of gaming when I become an old boomer, but it could improve my gaming experience to another level. This is what the machine god had intended. I know of it, and I believe it to be true. It will become facts, in my honest opinion. What's also facts, in my honest opinion, is that Psycher is one of the most interesting classes, not only because of their ability to make lesser beings submit to their will, but in the lore, Psychers almost always have someone ready to shoot them in the back of the head while in battle, just because they might get taken by a little demon, or they might just explode, as you guys have seen in-game already. But they are what could have been an overpowered new character in For Honor, my beloved. Yes, I still play For Honor, and it's one of my favorite games still, but we've been asking for a rapier-style weapon since Season 1, yet Darktide has stepped up to the plate and has delivered unto us. What say you, Ubisoft? What say you? Now granted, this is more of a saber, and we have a hero called the Pirate that has given the For Honor player base PTSD, but what's even more painful is that we'd even get a male pirate variation, very saged. But people are pretty happy overall with Tomboy Pirate, so that's a win-win. Here's what I mean, just check it. Boom, we got the saber style weapon, the flashy pimp hat with the feather on top to know you truly care about your women, and boom shakalaka, the fully semi-automatic pistol. And in the last video, a lot of you guys were asking how I was able to customize these weapons. This is a mod, so I'll put a link in it down below, just like the previous video. You have to join the Discord in order to get the file because Nexus mod doesn't support it, I believe. Keep in mind this is only for PC players and you can't use it on Battle Pass even if you are a PC player. This puppy is the most fun gun in the entire game, and I'll fight anyone with my pants off if they say otherwise. I mean, every time you reload, it ejects the shells that you've already used and then puts in new bullets manually. That is so cool. Makes me crave the good old days of Battlefield titles like Battlefield 4, 1, and even Battlefield 5. It's the small attention to detail in this game that really brings out the best in it and makes you appreciate the work on the animation. Now with this setup, I'm basically cosplaying as Pirate with a revolver, but instead of being stuck in a mystical land with Vikings, samurai knights are fighting over special rocks and dragons coming out randomly, we're purging anyone who disagrees with our opinion in the Warhammer universe. Now the average Psycher picks up their wands and shoots magic out until every single enemy in the eyes of the Emperor is laid waste, but what a true For Honor player would do is simply light spam your way to victory and dodge spam. When in doubt, light spam it out. That's what we always say, and I know you For Honor players know that to be true, because it's peak gameplay and you can't deny it. You gotta be careful though, some of these enemy snipers are actually level 4 bots.
We can tend our wounds here.
Nonsense! I have had enough! Enough!
Fuck.
Ladies protocol.
Oh, good thing I didn't didn't actually get the heal. Oh, that's good.
Damn, it got 3 of us in one hit.
That was freaking ridiculous. No freaking no shot,
I hope you
dude. Now Smite is basically one of the best crowd controlling abilities in this game right now, and you don't really see it too much, especially at the high levels, simply because the game feels so boring when you do use it. It's actually crazy. I think a lot of people enjoy to play this game for fun instead of just being as optimal as possible. You know, being optimal, but you still have to have some sort of fun. But with this, all the characters, all the enemies are frozen in time, and you just essentially just wait for your teammates to mow them down. And it also tanks my FPS to a huge degree. I'm 99% sure, but this was mostly a bug where you can get an infinite amount of peril and just keep spamming that until all your enemies are basically dead. Thankfully, it's gotten fixed and adjusted. Bro, this is some of the most broken shit I've ever seen. Oh my god, dude. This is so boring, man. I am so done. I just want to leave. I honestly just want to leave. I'm like doing so... I feel like I'm doing a lot this game too, but to be honest, like in the beginning, my whole team died and I had to fight off all of them by myself for like 2 minutes. It was crazy. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording. Oh man, I feel like I am freaking shooting fish in a barrel right now. This is so dumb. This is not what the Emperor had wanted. Maybe I could be wrong, I don't know. This is not what the Godfather would have wanted. Out of all the weapons Psycher has, the saber is what I feel is truly my spirit animal. It was made for me, and what's even better is that there are 3 variants. Each weapon in general has loads of different stats and playstyles. One cleaves more enemies, has better overheads to deal more damage, or even slightly better noticeable dodge ranges to help you evade from your enemies. You'll see here that there are a ton of stats for you to try to wrap your head around, and in that meat grinder, you'll see how beneficial each weapon is to your playstyle. You can test it on crushers, maniacs, and all that good stuff. Only the true absolutes spend their entire lives in the meat grinder to see which weapon works well with their build. I myself cannot afford to do that, nor have the luxury, as my addiction lies with For Honor, and unfortunately, I'll never escape it as For Honor has me in her clutches. But that's not such a bad thing, right? When you first create your Psycher, you start off with a sword and a las pistol. Hardly a good start for a character that delves into the warp arts. But alas, even Harry Potter started off somewhere, becoming one of the greatest wizards of all time. As you level up more though, you unlock staffs and what we call the Force Sword. This sword is beauty divine and will most likely be a staple weapon in your arsenal. It will keep you alive, but only if you learn to manage melee and your psychic powers. What's really cool about the Force Sword is that once you start gambling all your plasteel away, which is a material that is most precious to every Darktide player at the end game, you might get lucky and get a blessing called Deflector. This allows your block to intercept range fire, and since there is always a gang of gunners flanking you, it can really save you in a pinch, especially if you grab the perk Kinetic Deflect, which blocks incoming damage by using your peril instead of stamina. This blessing is probably not the most optimal thing to run, but here's the thing about Darktide. Any build you run will be viable even at the highest levels. That's the greatest thing about it. You can run whatever you want and I guarantee you will succeed. As long as you understand the game mechanics, work with your team, and have a reaction of a 14-year-old on Adderall. Even with my saber, I've been running a bunch of different blessings, riposte, rending strike, all of those things, and sometimes I do have a difficult time, even in the Maelstrom. Maelstrom mode kinda kicks your butt sometimes, especially with an uncoordinated team, or really a team setup that doesn't really work. But luckily, I was able to find some help and probably get one of the best melee builds for Psycher. But my boy Chon Wick told me about a really cool melee Psycher build. The blessings you have to be using would be Uncanny Strike and Bloodthirsty. Perks to be running should be damage against maniacs and flak. This build with the Force Sword goes hard because every time you use that special attack, you will cleave through enemies because every single attack is going to be a critical hit from that special. And the Force Sword is just a satisfying weapon, even as satisfying as killing all the enemies that have been seduced by chaos. And I'm definitely not psychotic because I enjoy cleaving the heads off my enemies and chopping off the arms and legs. Alright, I don't have an issue. You do. I grew up with the Ninja Gaiden series. What do you expect from me? But truthishly, if you actually do manage to find godlike tier 4 blessings, you will have a much easier time killing enemies, especially if they are related to your build. Any player constantly rerolling for godlike tier 4 perks know the struggle of simply being out of plasteel or some of that plast crack, and I've seen some complaints about it on the discussion board. Fat Shark is probably going to find some more uses for Diamantium, which is barely used, but personally I enjoy the grind and the luck of the draw. Yes, I want more plasteel in general, but it does fuel my gambling addiction. However, in Vermintide you were able to convert and dismantle some of the material, but that was towards the later or end of the life cycle of the game. But I digress. Instead of gambling all my money on Genshin Impact like a heretic, I can gamble my plasteel savings while serving the Holy Emperor. It's honestly a win-win scenario for any charming addict out there. obviously get some help if you have a gambling addiction, but also keep in mind, 69% of gambling addicts quit right before they're about to hit it big. Definitely not trying to get you addicted to Darktide like myself and getting you to watch my Twitch streams and purge some heretics with me at twitch.tv/nakedsoul.com. Now, as fun as it is to constantly be in the midst of enemies and hordes with your force sword chopping them up, or even just using your saber, for goodness sakes, it is just so fun to be kind of like a pseudo tank or support unit for your team. There's no healers necessarily, but there is a lot of support that you can give your teammates to make sure that they don't die on the battlefield. So after playing so much of melee Psycher, you know, it's just fun to hang back with your revolver or just a machine gun of sorts and just shoot bubbles out to protect your teammates. I find that this is the most relaxing build to use because you can just kind of, you know, stomp your way through the level 1 lobbies and help your friends level up because all your friends are buying the game now. It's fantastic. Share the game, guys. Share the Emperor's love and help your friends level up in Darktide. Alright, we want to play Malostromi with them so we can get hit by 20 mutants coming at us at the same time. And it's incredibly funny to see how the low-level players used to play, or how you used to play, because those barrels are gonna be booming and everyone's gonna be falling off cliffs, I'll tell you that much. I'm talking about my team, but I am king of the world here.
Calm down.
I don't know, let me help you guys real quick.
I don't even know where you were.
I was all the way up there on top.
Oh,
Top of the computer.
Like here?
Yeah. So you can climb up here. Watch out! Reaper, watch out!
Leaving Bastion!
We gotta take this seriously. There's so much enemies. Pirate build for days. I'm a pirate main enjoyer, alright? I'm a tomboy enthusiast. I'm an actual tomboy enthusiast. Hold on, guys. I'll kill them all with my auto-targeting fucking... Protect your master. Protect your president. Yeah, it brings me to the days of Left 4 Dead as well. This game is just so satisfying. Piano finger! I do play piano, yeah. So yeah, I'll take that nickname. I am the piano finger. You ever heard of Piano Kid? Yeah, well, I'm the piano fingerer. I'm doing my part. I'm helping. Okay, I'll handle this horde. Don't worry, boys. I'm literally that guy. Oh, never mind. I changed my mind. You know, lean meat is always the way to go. And that is why I am a melee Psycher going balls deep. Oh, never mind. Well, that's why I'm here. This is what I'm here for, you know? I'm here to please. Get out of my face. You ain't that guy. You are not that guy. Don't you know how many isekai worlds I have been in? Literally all of them. I survived them all. I'm a Psycher main, man. What do you expect? Actually, I don't think I'm a Psycher. I think I'm a Zealot main, to be honest. Ooh, look at all that loot. All that booty, more like, you know, because I'm a pirate. And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate the support on the last Darktide video. It really goes a long way, and it means a lot. And I will continue to make more Darktide videos because it is one of my favorite games of all times. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll be doing better in Sharpshooter next, and there's a huge patch that came today, so there's going to be a ton of new changes to cover for all the characters once again, and I'll make another video just like this for the veteran very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And of course, if there's any powerful builds right now in this meta since the patch just dropped, I would greatly appreciate any of the veterans out there. Thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful day, you beautiful souls. Bye bye. See you later.